The forgotten wasp killing secret is not a $200 exterminator or a $25 can of aerosol neurotoxin that coats your porch in synthetic poison. It is a spray bottle filled with water and 2 tablespoons of heavy liquid dish soap. The soap destroys water's surface tension. When you spray a wasp, the soapy water instantly floods the tiny breathing holes on their body called spiracles. The wasp suffocates and drops from the air like a stone, faster than chemical sprays can paralyze it. $1 kills wasps instantly while leaving 0 toxic residue where your children play. But before I show you the exact mixing ratio, understand this critical point. Wasp stings can trigger life-threatening allergic reactions. If you or anyone in your household has a known allergy to wasp stings, do not attempt this. Call professionals. This method also requires getting within several feet of wasps. Large nests, aggressive species like bald-faced hornets, or nests in hard-to-reach locations require professional removal. This is for accessible small to medium nests when you can approach safely. Always work an evening when wasps are less active. This is the lost blueprint. The pest control industry generates billions every spring selling pressurized poison. Those commercial sprays are packed with synthetic nerve agents like pyrethrins. When you spray them, that chemical cloud does not just hit the nest. It drifts. It settles on your porch floor, outdoor furniture, and the exact surfaces where young children crawl or play. You pay $25 to coat your family's living space in toxic residue. You just discovered instant wasp elimination for $1 using basic physics that exploits their fundamental biological vulnerability. $1 versus $25 for poison plus $200 for professional removal. The math is so absurd that the moment you see it, you will understand why the chemical industry ignores the surface tension vulnerability. They cannot patent physics. They need you buying expensive pressurized cans of synthetic nerve agents every single spring, hiding the fact that dish soap in your kitchen kills wasps faster than their most expensive neurotoxin. But just knowing soap kills wasps is only 10% of the secret. Today, I'm going to show you the exact surface tension mechanism that makes this superior to chemical sprays. I'm going to show you why this vulnerability cannot be evolved away. And I'm going to show you the critical safety protocols and approach techniques that determine whether this method eliminates the threat safely or gets you stung multiple times. By the end of this investigation, you will have the blueprint to handle wasp problems without poisoning your home. Let us begin. The science behind insect respiration starts with understanding that insects do not have lungs. They breathe through a completely different system. Along the sides of their bodies are tiny holes called spiracles. These spiracles connect to a network of tubes called tracheae that branch throughout the insect's body, delivering oxygen directly to tissues. Air enters through the spiracles, travels through the tracheae, and oxygen diffuses directly into cells. There are no lungs, no diaphragm, no blood-carrying oxygen, just direct air delivery through tiny holes. This system works extremely well for small creatures. It is efficient and requires no complex organs, but it has a fundamental vulnerability. The spiracles must remain open and clear for the insect to breathe. If something blocks the spiracles, the insect suffocates. This is why insects cannot live underwater. Water would flood the spiracles and tracheae, preventing oxygen from reaching tissues. But here's the critical detail. Regular water cannot easily flood spiracles because of surface tension. Surface tension is a property of liquids caused by cohesive forces between molecules. Water molecules are attracted to each other more strongly than to air. This creates a thin, elastic-like film at the water's surface. Surface tension is why water forms droplets instead of spreading infinitely thin. It is why insects can walk on water. Their weight is distributed across their legs and the surface tension supports them. And it is why water alone cannot easily penetrate the tiny spiracles on a wasp's body. The spiracles are so small that surface tension prevents water from entering. The water beads up on the wasp's waxy exoskeleton and rolls off. Chemical sprays work by using neurotoxins. Pyrethrins and pyrethroids are synthetic chemicals that interfere with insect nervous systems. When a wasp is hit with these chemicals, its nervous system is disrupted. It becomes paralyzed, loses the ability to fly, and eventually dies. This is effective, but it has major problems. The chemicals are toxic. They persist in the environment. They can harm beneficial insects, pets, and potentially humans, especially children who are more vulnerable to neurotoxins. And the sprays are delivered in pressurized aerosol cans that create large chemical clouds. You cannot control where that cloud drifts or settles. Surfactants work through completely different chemistry. Surfactants are molecules that reduce surface tension. Soap is a surfactant. One end of a soap molecule is hydrophilic, attracted to water. The other end is hydrophobic, repelled by water. When you add soap to water, these molecules align at the surface, disrupting the cohesive forces between water molecules. Surface tension drops dramatically. The water loses its elastic film property. It can now penetrate much smaller openings. When you spray soapy water on a wasp, several things happen simultaneously. First, the soap breaks down the waxy coating on the wasp's exoskeleton. This coating normally repels water, but soap disrupts it. Second, the reduced surface tension allows the soapy water to flow into the spiracles. The tiny breathing holes that normally resist water penetration are now flooded. Third, the soap itself can be directly toxic to insects at high concentrations, though the primary kill mechanism is suffocation. The wasp cannot breathe. It suffocates within seconds. It drops out of the air immediately. The speed is remarkable. Chemical sprays paralyze wasps, but paralysis takes time. The wasp might fly erratically, try to return to the nest, or even sting in a defensive reaction before the chemicals take full effect. Soapy water kills almost instantly. The wasp hits the ground within 1 to 3 seconds. There is no erratic flying. No time to mount a defense. The physical mechanism is immediate and irreversible. Historical use of soap for pest control goes back centuries. Before synthetic pesticides, farmers used soap sprays to control aphids, mites, and other soft-bodied insects. They understood that soap killed these pests without harming plants or leaving toxic residue. The mechanism was the same, disrupting the insect's protective coating and interfering with respiration. Early beekeepers used soapy water to control pests in hives without harming bees with chemicals. The knowledge was widespread and practical. But soap has a fundamental problem from a corporate perspective. It is too cheap and too available. Anyone can make a soap spray for pennies. There's no recurring revenue, no brand loyalty, no patents. The chemical industry needed products they could sell at high margins with repeat purchases. As synthetic chemistry advanced in the mid-20th century, they developed pyrethrins and other insecticides. These were packaged in convenient aerosol cans. The marketing was aggressive, modern, scientific, effective from 20 feet away. Soap was relegated to old-fashioned home remedies. The connection between surfactants and insect control was erased from consumer awareness. By the late 20th century, most homeowners had no idea soap could kill wasps. Pest control meant buying commercial sprays or calling exterminators. The chemical industry had successfully created dependency. Hardware stores stocked aisles of pressurized insecticides. Soap remained in the cleaning aisle, never mentioned for pest control. The knowledge disappeared. Here is what happens when you follow the industry's advice. You discover a wasp nest, you panic. You go to the hardware store and buy an aerosol spray for $25. You spray the nest from a distance. The chemical cloud drifts. It settles on your porch, furniture, and play areas. You kill the wasps, but you have coated your outdoor living space in synthetic neurotoxins. Your children play on these surfaces. Your pets walk through the residue. You breathe the lingering chemicals. You pay $25 to poison your own home. And next spring, when wasps return, you buy another can. The cycle repeats. Now I'm going to give you the exact method, but first, critical safety warnings that are absolutely non-negotiable. Wasp stings are painful and can be dangerous. For people with allergies, a single sting can trigger anaphylactic shock, which is potentially fatal. If you or anyone in your household has a known allergy to wasp or bee stings, do not attempt DIY wasp removal. Call professional exterminators who have proper protective equipment and medical protocols. Even if you are not allergic, wasp stings hurt and can cause significant swelling, pain, and discomfort. Wasps can sting multiple times, unlike bees. If you disturb a nest, you may be attacked by multiple wasps. This method does not provide the 20-foot range of aerosol sprays. You need to get within several feet to spray effectively. This means you are close enough to be stung if wasps attack before you can neutralize them. Timing and conditions. The safest time to approach a wasp nest is in the evening, after sunset, when temperatures have dropped. Wasps are less active in cooler temperatures and low light. Many will have returned to the nest for the night. Their reaction time is slower. Never attempt this in bright daylight or hot weather when wasps are most active and aggressive. Never attempt this if you have been drinking alcohol or are impaired in any way. You need full alertness and quick reactions. Nest size and location. This method works best for small to medium nests that you can approach safely. Paper wasp nests with 1 or 2 dozen wasps are manageable. Large yellow jacket nests in the ground with hundreds or thousands of wasps are not. Bald-faced hornet nests can contain extremely aggressive wasps and should be handled by professionals. Nests in difficult locations like high up in trees, inside wall voids, or in attics may require professional equipment and expertise. Assess the situation honestly. If the nest is large, the species is aggressive, or the location is dangerous, hire professionals. Protective clothing. Even with soap spray, you should wear protective clothing. Long sleeves, long pants, closed-toe shoes, and gloves. Consider wearing a hat or hoodie to protect your head and neck. If you have a beekeeping veil or face netting, use it. The goal is to minimize exposed skin that could be stung. Have an escape route. Before you approach the nest, plan your retreat path. If you are attacked, you need to move away quickly. Do not trap yourself between the nest and a wall or obstacle. Have a clear path to retreat indoors or to a safe distance. Never approach a nest if your only escape route is blocked. Materials. 1 standard spray bottle. These cost $1 to $3 at any store. Water. Tap water works fine. Heavy liquid dish soap. Dawn is the most commonly recommended because it is designed to cut grease and has strong surfactant properties, but any heavy-duty liquid dish soap will work. Avoid ultra-concentrated formulas that require dilution, as the mixing ratios will be different. Use standard-strength liquid dish soap, the mixture. Fill the spray bottle with water, leaving about 2 inches of space at the top. Add 2 tablespoons of liquid dish soap. Gently swirl or tip the bottle back and forth to mix. Do not shake vigorously. Shaking creates excessive foam, which reduces spray effectiveness. You want a well-mixed solution, not a bottle full of bubbles. The mixture should feel slippery and slightly thick compared to plain water. Test the spray. Before approaching the nest, test your spray bottle to ensure it produces a strong, directed stream. Adjust the nozzle to create a solid stream rather than a fine mist. You want the spray to reach several feet and hit with force, not drift as a mist. A strong stream ensures the soapy water coats the wasps thoroughly. Approach protocol. Approach the nest slowly and quietly in the evening. Do not make sudden movements or loud noises. Wasps respond to vibrations and disturbances. Move calmly and deliberately. Position yourself at a safe distance where you can spray effectively, typically 3 to 5 feet depending on your spray bottle's range. Have your escape route clear behind you. Application technique. Aim directly at individual wasps on the nest exterior first. Spray them with a solid stream of soapy water. They will drop almost immediately. Work methodically, targeting visible wasps. Once the exterior wasps are down, spray directly into the nest entrance. For paper wasp nests, which are open-celled, saturate the entire structure. For enclosed nests, like yellow jacket nests, spray into the entrance hole repeatedly to flood the interior. The wasps will die quickly, but they may become agitated in their final moments. If wasps begin flying toward you, continue spraying them directly. The soap acts fast. Most wasps will drop before reaching you. If you feel overwhelmed or threatened, retreat immediately to your planned escape route. You can return later when things have calmed down. Post-application. After all visible wasp activity has stopped, wait at least 30 minutes before approaching the nest again. The soap continues working, and any wasps still inside the nest should be dead or incapacitated. Once you are confident the nest is inactive, you can remove it. Use a long stick or pole to knock the nest down into a bag or container. Dispose of it in an outdoor trash bin. Some people choose to leave the nest for several days to ensure all wasps are dead before removal. Clean up. Soapy water is non-toxic and biodegradable. It will rinse away with rain or a hose. There is no toxic residue to clean up. Your porch and outdoor areas remain safe for children and pets. Advantages and limitations. The primary advantage is immediate kill speed and zero toxic residue. You can use this method on your porch, deck, or play areas without worrying about poisoning your family. It is also extremely cheap. The primary limitation is range. You cannot spray from 20 feet like aerosol cans claim. You need to get closer, which increases sting risk. This method is not appropriate for all nest sizes, species, or locations. Effectiveness varies by species. Paper wasps, which build open nests and are relatively docile, are ideal targets. Yellow jackets, which nest in the ground or wall voids and can be aggressive, are riskier. Bald-faced hornets are extremely aggressive and best left to professionals. Carpenter bees, which bore into wood, are not social insects and can be treated individually with this method. This is a $1 investment that eliminates wasp threats without poisoning your home. No $25 cans of synthetic neurotoxins. No toxic residue on surfaces where children play. No supporting the chemical industry's fear-based dependency model. You have just reclaimed the physics-based pest control that people used before the chemical industry convinced you that you needed pressurized poison to kill insects. And once you understand that this is possible, you start to realize that many of the other systems you depend on are built on the same model. Simple physics replaced with complex chemicals. Safe solutions replaced with toxic products. One-time knowledge replaced with recurring purchases. The corporations profiting from your dependency do not want you to know that dish soap kills wasps faster than their most expensive nerve agents. They want you buying $25 cans every spring and fearing insects so much that you coat your own home in poison. But you are not powerless. Every time you use soapy water instead of chemical sprays, you are protecting your family from neurotoxins. You are refusing to poison your own living space. You are choosing physics over chemicals. And you are using knowledge that was common sense before the chemical industry created the pest control dependency model. True self-reliance means protecting your home without compromising its safety. You should not have to poison the very ground your children play on just to get rid of a pest. By using this $1 physics hack, you bypass the entire chemical cartel, instantly eliminate the threat, and keep your home a safe, toxic-free sanctuary for your family. The modern world has convinced you that you are helpless without chemical sprays, that you cannot handle wasps without synthetic neurotoxins, that using soap is primitive and ineffective. But the physics proves otherwise. Surfactants destroy surface tension. Soapy water floods spiracles. Wasps suffocate instantly. This is not folk wisdom. This This is basic biology and chemistry. Pest control professionals know this. Beekeepers know this. The chemical industry knows this. They just do not want you to know it. They used knowledge that was documented in agricultural texts and farming manuals before synthetic pesticides created the chemical dependency model and erased simple surfactant solutions from consumer consciousness. That knowledge was systematically hidden from you, and now you have it back. Use it responsibly. Respect the sting danger. Understand when to call professionals. This is not a casual convenience for every situation, but for accessible nests, when you can approach safely, this method works instantly without poisoning your home. And remember that every system trying to make you dependent is terrified of the moment you realize you do not need them. The $1 bottle of dish soap under your sink is more powerful than $1 billion in chemical spray advertising. Because the truth is simple. When you understand surface tension, you do not need the neurotoxins. This is the lost blueprint. The vault is open. The knowledge is yours. Take your home safety back.